How I put pineapple in everything.
All right.
13376 MRPD. I'm gonna ride out the storm.
177 same traffic. Or
117. Sorry. 130 same traffic. I'm gonna be making coffee over at Mission Row. Also, if there's no active, be advised, I was approached by Juno, who is part of some mayor campaign. She did indicate to me that we could get an espresso machine if Mr. Thoroughbred is elected mayor. You know what? I'll also request an electric kettle for the tea lovers.
I'm going to the break room.
Me too.
Me.
Hey, McNulty, why'd you put so much effort into that? You just sounded like yourself.
Well, I don't know why he said that to me on radio, because he was like, I don't know, he said something and I went, you know, when you mock someone. And then he said, why'd you put so much effort into that, McNulty? You just sound like yourself, you know, in like a bantery kind of regard.
Yeah, sorry, Cap. I just wanted to make sure, that was, you know, addressed towards me and not anything serious.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I didn't get a response. I was a little concerned. That's why I ran in.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't know if you were choking. Are you guys referring to me and my microphone volume, or are you referring to in-game sound? Ugh. Mic not in game? Interesting. Mm-mm-mm. All right, chat. I'm gonna go make a macchiato with the triple shot of espresso.
Cafeteria at MRPD, riding out the storm. I'll be off radio.
130, same traffic. All right, chat. I'm going to make a macchiato. BRB. Placeable emotes. I didn't even know that was a thing. I will be right back.
What did you just do?
OGG McNulty. Rhodes. Hey, Rhodes. Rhodes? Rhodes? He said he wants to make coffee, but then why is he using a microwave? The coffee machine's right there. What are you microwaving your coffee, you fucking psychopath?
I'm back. Sorry, chat. We need to go tell McNulty we're at the microwave to show him a visual representation of him. A microwaved potato. I heard. I have a wireless headset, by the way. There we are. I didn't know if this was gonna... Oh. Oh. Wait, does it just fit? Oh my god, it does! Yeah, the new cups? I don't want it to automatically brew all into one, because when I do the 2-second shots of espresso, they happen back to back, right? So I brewed the 2 shots of espresso after the macchiato into another cup. I didn't think it would fit. When I say it is the most perfect fit, I mean like the foam at the top is like over the edge, but not over the edges and like falling off, over the edge like within the center. So good. I don't want to think back to that, Thalo. You know what? Let's do some office shenanigans. That's not what I meant to do. There we are. Hmm. Fuck. The misclick. I need to check something really quick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to hope this works. I don't know if it will. All right. Dip, 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 dip. Hey. How's it going? I have a fucking foam
Hey,
mustache
everyone,
right now.
trying out something new today. I hope you got
Okay.
your hungry faces on.
Why?
Spontaneous pizza party.
Oh, okay. Speaking my language, I like pizza.
All right, let's put the pizza on the table.
What? Straight on the table.
Yeah, just like God intended.
Hey,
Stop.
McNulty, I was working on something. I mean, you saw me at the microwave.
Yeah.
Here, come-
Microwaving your coffee like a fucking psycho.
No, I was not microwaving coffee. Come over here. I'll show you what I was up to.
I want to see this. I got time before I set out the pizza.
Why a potato?
Why do you even have to ask? Because you're a
No,
potato.
explain it to me. Why a potato?
Because
'Cause
you're a
I'm Irish?
potato.
Because I'm Irish, though. Is that why?
It wasn't. But that's
Because
a
I don't
good
find
one.
that funny.
Well, it wasn't because of that, but I do find it funny.
Yeah, but I don't find that funny.
Okay.
So, you know, cut the potato jokes around me, please.
Okay. Will Spuds do?
I do not find that fucking funny, Rose. I don't.
Okay. All right. Fine. Fine. Jeez. Ugh.
Captain, pizza party.
Party?
Yeah, I thought about just doing a pizza party.
Rough day?
No, I just don't find that joke funny.
Be a piece of
What?
pizza, why not?
What,
Calling
Irish
you a
people are
potato?
potatoes?
You
No, I do
appreciate
not
it.
find that funny in the slightest.
Why not?
I'm not having a rough day. I just do not find that line of humor funny.
Okay. All right.
What happened? What'd you
No,
do, Rhodes?
What did oh gosh. Well, I was microwaving a potato earlier. He thought I was microwaving coffee. Ain't no one got time to be able to deal with low quality coffee like that. So I may have tried to turn this around a bit. It didn't go according to plan. I may have printed out a photo of him and then a microwave potato next to it. I suspect he thinks I chose a potato because of things, but really it was just what was already in the microwave. Here we are. I may have put a spot the difference.
Yeah, no. Again, personally, I don't find that kind of line of humor very funny at all. And Lord knows I'm pretty jovial about most things, but not that.
Okay, all right, understood.
All right.
Actually, let me just go. Mind me. That was hot. I keep forgetting.
So yeah, welcome to the Pizza Sunday.
Sunday. Pizza.
Did Slacks end up having that party at his?
Wait, he was having a party?
So Slacks was like Friday night, 1 hour before Storm, party at mine. You end up doing it?
Shit, was that the night I was here early? I don't know.
Were you here an hour before Storm yesterday?
I don't know. I don't
Because he was
remember.
like, yeah, we needed. Because I feel like he completely forgot and it never happened. Also, Cap, I have a question.
I have an answer.
So we have batons, right? You know,
We do.
standard issue. So
Yeah.
can I ask why there's an electrically charged baton behind me, and why don't we have one? Where does that fall under the Force Matrix?
Cadets.
Holy shit! All right, 10-4, sir.
All right.
Because if I can beat and electrocute someone, where's that? Is that less? Is that
Well, we use
more
least
than
amount
less
of
lethal?
Force required, right? The least.
Of
amount
course,
force
of course,
required to
of course.
complete our job.
So if I've already tackled someone and tased them and then beaten them, that's what I go for, and then my gun.
Well, you don't go for your gun unless they're a lethal threat, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying I grab that before my gun because it's more than less
Yeah.
lethal.
That would definitely be above your baton and your taser. Baton has different criteria, though, right?
Of course, yeah, but I'm saying because it beats and electrocutes.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely like a figurative 4.5.
therefore,
Well, I'll give it a few more minutes, see if anyone else shows up. It is getting pretty
Wait,
close
what's
to.
up?
I mean, it's Christmas Eve for most of you, right?
yeah,
How much pizza, please?
I don't know if I obviously holidays. I'll be juggling, having a glass of whiskey by myself back home. So nobody wants
Yeah.
to work on Christmas,
I'll be here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll probably be here too. I'm dedicated to the job.
well, no, hey. Well, now I feel like I should be here.
What?
See you tomorrow and the day after.
Maybe later maybe around nowish. Well, I'll be on duty.
Yeah, just make sure you didn't have too many drinks, all right?
Actually, that's probably it. Yeah, that's
Buzzed
actually.
up, you're not buzzed up, and you're
I would never drink on
clear-minded.
duty, sir.
Good.
Although I will be very honest in just transparency, a lot of people have started calling me Officer Whiskey, and have just been
Oh.
handing me bottles of whiskey while on duty.
Why is that?
Again, I'm Irish.
That's the only reason?
Yep,
Okay.
I don't drink on the job, sir.
Good. That is good. All right. Well, listen,
I'm happy. I've noticed some things.
What?
Some electrical gremlins in our CVPIs have been resolved.
For the time being.
No, I mean, maybe it's temporary.
Which gremlin?
Every time I would open the garage door, my siren would go off.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Also, I noticed something. Maybe it was a coincidence, but I've noticed. I don't know how to word this. Maybe I'm going a bit crazy, but if I'm looking at a train and I am having a phone call and I look at the train and then hang up, I feel like sometimes the train just disappears out of existence.
How much have you had to drink?
Maybe that's just me.
Somebody go get a breathalyzer right now for him.
Yeah. I feel like.
Did you have
I
that
should,
whiskey with you?
I'm gonna. No, it's in my personal locker.
Okay, all right.
Why is it in your personal locker at work?
Because they keep giving it to me, so I put it in my personal locker to take home later that night.
Okay.
I'm not just kind of bottles rattling around in there. I'm a lot of things, but not an alcoholic. Well, functioning alcoholic anyway.
What?
It's better to be called Officer Whiskey.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Kentucky.
Wait, you're a functioning alcoholic?
Yeah.
High
Wait,
functioning, non-alcoholic.
Bi functioning?
High functioning, non-alcoholic.
What in the hell does bi functioning non-alcoholic?
I said high functioning, not bi functioning.
Oh, we were only hearing the I. I
high,
functioning.
High boy. Oh, I hear it.
I heard bi.
Sorry,
Oh.
I've noticed a lot people don't really understand what I'm saying half the time, but I can't dumb it down. You know.
You can't.
We try our best. Tree.
I mean, it's the way I speak, so I can't really.
I understand.
Do you? Because a lot of people don't.
I mean, half the time I understand.
Well, okay, I'll take those. I'll take those odds. I can't wait till I get my. So far, I haven't gotten into a bench trial yet because people have just been, saying, "Oh yeah, I did that. I'm guilty."
I've had
We
one.
had a bench trial earlier. What was anybody present for that one?
You mean Schlack's one with Bozo?
Clown.
Because that was supposed to be a bench trial, but then he was like, "Yeah, he just pleaded guilty anyway." So
I don't know actually. I don't know.
I think
who's involved.
Cornwood was in one as well, and apparently he had a heart attack.
Cornwood?
Yeah.
Did he make it out all right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't know what the verdict was.
I had a bench trial, and it was
Oh, I can't wait. I love bench trials.
me too.
Oh my God, he has a report with first-degree robberies. People aren't processed. Anybody know what happened with France Gall, Bobby Charles, and
Negative.
Is there a
report
called
incident
People Are
311?
Being Idiots?
Yeah,
I have
there's
not
no
a clue.
paperwork on it, and people are marked for not processed.
Did he ever get back out there, or was he stuck in, before that scenario concluded?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, me neither. So last I would too. Accents are fucking sick. Straight up, even though I'm from Mass,
The heavy soy sore.
I would settle for a Boston accent. Yet
Sorry,
here we
sir, it's
are,
my fault. I
not
wasn't
driving a
here to
car,
help
we
him.
drive a car.
Duncan.
I was.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, Duncan, at a certain part, you gotta help yourself.
Yeah. It's called
PD,
insomnia.
Cornwood can't run on Duncan, even though. Never mind.
Oh, come on. That's low-hanging fruit. Come on.
I didn't catch it. You got to repeat it now.
I said
he's-
Cornwood. Cornwood can't run on Duncan.
You know America's supposed to run on Duncan, right?
You're very quiet, sir.
Yeah.
Are you saying he's not American?
Oh, he's probably the most American man I've ever met.
Then he runs on Duncan.
Also, just to bear in mind, he was caught in an explosion where he kicked the gas pump and blew up, and his mustache is burned up, and I think he's very sensitive about it. So maybe don't draw too much attention to it.
No, I already did.
Oh,
Imagine losing
all right.
a
Well,
mustache.
carry on, Cap.
Couldn't be me.
Hey, I charged someone with accomplice to reckless evading. It stuck.
Accomplice?
How the
Yeah, he kidnapped someone and forced them to recklessly evade. So they had a knife to the driver of the vehicle.
Do we have a principal reckless evading?
Well, I mean, there's reckless evading, yeah.
Did that go to the driver who was hostage?
No, because they had a defense. They were under duress.
All right.
It went to a bench trial. Guilty on everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody charged with accomplice to reckless evasion.
He forced someone against their will to...
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I would say under most circumstances, that doesn't necessarily happen. Like, oftentimes people will, or at least before, people would jump in someone's car and say drive, but, like, not actually have anything, there was no gun, there was no weapon, but they do it, right? In that case, obviously, I would still push reckless evading unless we can, like, I've made several attempts throughout that situation to get them to pull over so we can negotiate. Then the car flipped. The passenger was forced to get out and flip the car back over in exchange for their release. Otherwise, they would slit the throat of the driver. It flipped back over. They were trying to get him to do a jump, and they hit a gas explosive container and all blew up. Yeah, it was Vingle Dan in a straitjacket, but also with the knife.
Yeah, we arrested him last time as well. This morning.
Oh,
What was the name?
Vingle Dan.
Dingles
Beagle
Dan.
and a Kingle Dan.
Vingle Dan probably wants me dead, to be clear. Did
you tell him you love him?
No, I told him he probably wouldn't get hired at the police department. He said he's pretty much going to do a bunch of crime, then get his record
That's right.
expunged.
He did say it's your fault that you're doing this.
Okay.
I just recalled.
He
that.
was running in front of cars to try to run an insurance scam.
Well, he was telling me something about some guy named Bayo or something trained him, and I don't want that Bayo guy or him on my force.
Never heard of him.
Many years ago, this was when Vingle was in a wheelchair. The casino was actively being robbed by very aggressive gunmen who were down an elevator shaft and down a few hallways. Respect to Vingle, he volunteered to go down the elevator shaft. He did. And we heard several explosions. With Vingle screaming on radio.
Why are you laughing, bro?
Because,
Are you tearing up?
it was...
You sound like you're reminiscing.
It was a moment, I'm just... I can't believe he's changed the way he has.
I'm sorry you have to go through that.
From one-man army to insurance scamming,
How mighty have fallen.
The worst part was, when all of this originally happened at the Little Soul gas station, he was trying to, get someone for $50. And it was very clear that it was all a scam. So I tell the dude in the van, listen, just leave. Just leave. I'll take care of him. And he started screaming at me to go get him. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. You know what? I was just gonna give him the $50 just to call it there, right? No, then he upped it to 100. I was like, okay, no. We can go on about our way. If you have an issue, take that person to civil court. And he pretty much said, this is all your fault. He walks away, and then he walks back with a knife. He had a little opening in his straitjacket. I was like, what's that? He didn't respond. Then he ran into a crosswalk, running intentionally in front of a speeding car, So then I start screaming at the speeding car to be careful. They almost hit someone, and that they were screaming, and then they were upset with me that I didn't do anything against the person crossing the crosswalk. And you know, I'm trying to do my you know, calm everyone down. I was like, hey, listen, you were speeding. That could have been avoidable, blah, blah, blah. Then we all collectively, the people who were screaming at me to yell at the person on the crosswalk trying to get hit by a car, we all collectively watch as he takes the next crosswalk and runs in front of a car and stops. And then holds up the people in the car with the knife. And that's how it all started.
In a straight jacket?
Yes. He doesn't have hands, just arms. It's complicated.
All right. Well, he definitely seems like he's gonna be a thorn on our side. His brother took me hostage last night
Oh.
to go to jail with his brother.
What?
They're not very smart.
No.
I guess he
No.
got what he wanted, but lucky he didn't get shot.
I mean,
how many pizzas have you had?
that was just one.
Like,
Oh, I lied. That's two. That's two. Sorry.
I picked up 2 slices. Oh, never mind. I've 3 on me.
You gonna share with the rest of the class?
You know,
Yeah.
I think we have. I think we have.
All right, we are running a little bit late. We don't have a lot we got to talk about today, but we do have something that I do want to bring up. Commercial vehicle enforcement. All right, we have a new tag. It's called commercial traffic.
Ooh.
Anytime you stop a vehicle involving a commercial vehicle and it's traffic related, we want that tag on there.
Oh,
So if it's group
sick.
6, if it's a tow truck, if it's grime, we want to add the commercial tag to it. We want to add the group it's tied to, what you know, company it comes back to. We want to add that all into it. These vehicles are starting to require some more attention from us. We're seeing them drive extremely recklessly around town, probably overloaded. You know, you see this thing squatting down the road. They're probably putting, you know, thousands of pounds of load into their vehicles, whatever they're loading, transporting. We need to make sure that these vehicles are up to par and safe to be on the road. So, as of right now, we need consent to get into their vehicle and inspect their load to make sure they're not overweight.
What classifies as overweight?
Well, each vehicle will have its own weight classification.
Okay, got it.
And you'll be able to find that, generally speaking, in the once you open up the back doors of, say, like a grime delivery vehicle, you'll see a bit plastered on the right-hand side of a weight limit, right? And you'll be able to go through their boxes. They're all sealed boxes. You'll be able to see what they all weigh individually. So it'll right now we need consent to do that. We're working. We want to move towards being able to inspect the cargo of these vehicles without needing consent as part of a safety inspection. That's all up in the air right now. We're working towards creating a paper trail, let's say. And by we, I mean captains talked about it. We want to create a paper trail. So that's why we want all these vehicles to be documented with commercial traffic, and then the company it's related to. Okay.
Yep.
I did traffic for on and off. I don't know, maybe 30-40 minutes on and off yesterday down by Buccaneer, and they drive like absolute madmen down there. It's actually mind-boggling. These people go oncoming.
They hold the left lane and take the oncoming through the barricades and cut through the parking lot. Yep.
They do all sorts of stuff. I sit right in the center median, right where the trees end, just as you pass over Chum. There's a center median spot, and I sit right there behind the trees, and they just drive right past me and picks up the radar. And if we get a chance, try to have a presence down there. I'm not saying all the way down at the docks. I'm saying, you know, in and out of there. Make them slow down. Let's sight them. In my personal opinion, we should be going, not be given verbal warnings. all the time when it comes to these commercial vehicles. They should be held to a higher standard. They're driving large vehicles. I wouldn't mind some sort of commercial license, commercial driver's license required, or maybe a modifier that goes and you know, time and or I'm sorry, not time. Points and fines are doubled when inside of these commercial vehicles. That's all stuff that's to be explored with the DOJ and see what they're willing to do. But for the time being, let's make sure we're documenting them. Let's make sure we are stopping them and we are citing them.
Good.
I have a question for everyone.
Hello.
Any of y'all have... I'm sorry. Anyone experience someone oinking as they drive by? Because I've had that happen 2, maybe 3 times in the past few days, and I haven't had that happen to me in the years prior that I was a law enforcement officer.
Nope, never.
Well, you
Yeah,
bet your
I've
ass the
had,
moment it happened and they
1
did
or 2.
40 and a 35, clocking my rear radar, I flipped the UE.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as you got PC first stop. I mean, we have a job to enforce
what-
the law. But I mean, if people want attention, they'll get attention. But you know.
What the most annoying part about that is the way that I operate is if someone shows me respect, I show them respect. And then when that happens and then you cite them, they're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And I'm like, brother, I'm willing to give you a bit of leeway, but you're showing me no respect in the slightest. And then you ticket them, and it's almost like you're personally slapping them in the face. I don't think people have the social awareness of what the fuck they're doing half the time.
I agree. You know what? I think I'm done with warnings. Unless someone is like, unless whatever the situation they're in, you know, maybe there was extenuating circumstances. Outside of that, you know, maybe I'll be a little more lenient instead of like 2nd degree. Maybe I'll do 3rd in terms of speeding, but I think I'm done with warnings. I've issued a ton, and I feel like I still see these people breaking the rules of the road. Unfortunately, I'm tied up with another call and can't issue them another citation.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is, do you guys know what prime time is?
No.
It's the operating hours of where everyone's usually at home watching TV. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it grime time, and use for about 3 hours between 8 a.m. and 11. I'm gonna be sat there down at grime, clocking and ticketing every motherfucker that comes my way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we should be enforcing the law a bit sterner on commercial vehicles when it comes to commercial vehicles. Officer discretion. If you want to warn them, they sound honest. I mean, if they're doing 110 in a tow truck or something, or in a grime truck or something, I mean that's egregious. You hit somebody at those speeds, they're dead. It's not a matter of broken bones. It's not a matter of how injured they're going to be. It's a matter of how many pieces are we scooping up with the scoop shovel, or if there's anything to pick up, right?
Yep.
They have the responsibility to be safer with those vehicles. We need to make sure we enforce that.
I agree.
And if they're
McNulty,
driving around, go for it.
your situation where you were talking about people then complaining about receiving a citation reminded me of some guy I clocked doing 120 in a rented club on 68. His name was like Mongoose something or something Mongoose, Australian guy. And I'm like, he started giving me attitude. He was upset that I was upset that he pulled off to the left side of the road, off-road, despite the fact that the off-road existed on the right-hand side too. And so, you know, he just started giving me attitude, and I was like, okay, well, you know, we're looking at 1st degree speeding, driving on the wrong side of the road, and he was upset with that. And, you know, when it came time for the citation, which was $660, if I recall correctly, he was on about, well, you know, maybe we can talk about this. Now, he was looking at his phone before I issued, like, he pulled his phone out, pulled up his bank account. He said, I have $500. How can we work this out? Unfortunately, before he finished that statement, I had just billed him. So he was then in the negatives, not realizing. But I pretty much told him, you know, it's a little too late now, but, you know, treat us with respect. And, I mean, things are far more likely to work out in your favor.
Yeah, people genuinely, and I feel like a lot of people, you know, talk about the old times, and now they're obviously a little skeptical of the PD. But if someone is honest and lenient with me and respects me in the way that I respect them, I'm quite lenient. And then again, to back up what you're saying, surprise Pikachu face, they call me a dog and a pig and show me no respect. Then they get cited.
They feel they're
I-
entitled
that's-
to like a warning or something.
I don't get it. I just don't
Me
get it.
neither.
That's where officer discretion comes into place, right? If you want to cut people a break, you cut them a break. If you don't want to cut them a break and they broke a law, you have PC for something, you get hit them with it, right? So, yeah, there's entitled people out there. There's people who think they, they apologize, so they should be let off. There's people with, multiple instances of being cited and they're still doing the same things. They're not learning.
Agreed.
You keep citing them.
Agreed.
And that's another thing I'm going to talk to DOJ about is actually having a system in place to do something with the points that we're issuing. We're issuing points, but they don't do anything right now. So a system that will suspend the license, falls off over time, something like that.
I think that'd be great. So are we all collectively agreeing we're gonna be on grime duty?
I'm gonna be doing grind, but as well as Group 6. I genuinely. I mean, I'm just doing routine patrol, but I don't know. It's shocking to me how much disrespect people just seem to have with basic speeding laws. It's insane to me.
Well, they have absolute disrespect for it. They feel like for some reason red lights should be stoplights. That's not the case. When it comes to specifically targeting grime or tow or anything like that, we're 4 people right now, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm going off duty. I'm gonna go to the liquid library down Point.
We're 3 people, right? So
I'm gonna flip a coin.
You're gonna
Cap,
flip
don't
a
worry,
coin
I'll
on
be here.
policing. What does that mean?
I'll
get
be
off duty
here.
too there.
Oh.
I'm giving. That was a joke.
You know, it wouldn't be the first
I'll be
time.
here.
It wouldn't be the first time. There was an entire week years ago. It truly was just me.
Oh.
Well,
Don't worry, we'll get back up soon.
yeah, we will. I have a couple new people coming in
Ooh.
late Tuesday. For this shift, we'll have a couple more. We have an academy that we're shooting for. Just fill everybody else in early January, first weekend of January, if everything works out well. Each captain is doing their own academy. We are doing our own academy. Shift 3, shift 1. I believe it's gonna be at most 6, 7 people for each academy. It's
Okay.
so that we don't have people sitting in, waiting for an FTO all shift or ages, right? And that's I mean, if we have to, we put another one on 2 weeks after that, week after that, if we get people trained up and out there right away. So it's gonna be more based on how many FTOs we have available, how many officers we have we feel comfortable with putting new hires with. So
Got it. What's
help will
the
be coming.
status with Barrick and Pinzone? Are they clear?
Eric is clear. Pinzone is not,
Okay.
but
got it.
he's on leave for 4 or 5 days,
Got it.
as is 3/4 of the rest of the shift.
Got it. Understood. I will say, having been, prior law enforcement officer, that the learning curve is not severe. So I'm hopeful that, with the introduction of some of the newer people, that it's hopefully not going to take too long to get them trained up.
Right, which is why we're going to play it by ear in terms of the second academy.
Got it.
Because some of them may have prior law enforcement and some of them may not. We haven't even picked out our academy yet, so we don't know what that's looking like yet.
Got it.
But yeah, if half of them are 2 weeks in and they're good to go for PPO, then we put them on PPO and get the other ones trained up and line up another academy. We'll start turning them out. The thing I want to make sure that we make clear to everyone is it is absolutely 100% going to be quality over quantity. Right? We need to make sure we're churning out good officers on the street. That's our ultimate goal here. We don't want people going out there doing a half-assed job.
I
violating
agree.
people's rights, And you know, like I said, I believe the first day, and like I've said many times before, we all represent each other. Nobody sees the person behind the badge when they see a uniform, right? They just see a uniform.
That's
If
exactly
we have
it.
people going out there and making it hard on us and giving us a bad reputation, it's easy to lose that reputation. It's extremely hard to get that reputation back. So, it's gonna be a slow process. It will be a little grueling in the beginning, as we're feeling here, especially being it's the holidays. But we'll be good. We'll be all right. Stay strong. All right. Let me see
I'm
if I
gonna
have anything
lose
else
my
here.
shit with that train. Is that the train?
What train?
Do y'all not hear the siren thingy? That kind of sounds like the train.
Yep.
Yes,
I
constantly.
did not hear it. No.
Okay. No, it's definitely the train. It's on Olympic Freeway. Oh wait, there's a few trains on the freeway.
I hear nothing. None of them.
Oh, it's about to pass the rear side of Mission Row. I'm not hearing anything. Oh, there it is.
I think we touched up on this yesterday, but I don't know if Duncan, you were here. We're not covering past repairs for Mosley's unless you repaired multiple vehicles one day, like you were trying to help out. We should have it signed as soon as we see this Bushkin. We're gonna have a contract signed. Our vehicles did get touched up by the state mechanics, as you guys all saw already, just to kind of hold us over for the time being. So we still don't have a permanent fix. They're still not skilled enough to remove. I'm sorry, to replace parts or rebuild engines. So hopefully soon enough.
Got it. Did you address the some of the venting issues we had downstairs?
Smoking.
Well, no, not smoking. More so that vents were allowing you know, individuals to hear people in the observation room of the interrogation rooms and whatnot.
Yes, and I believe they came in and took care of that.
Yes.
We can head down there real quick and take a look
Yes,
at that if you
I
want.
most definitely would like to.
Cells are better. We can take a look at the cells.
Oh,
does
yeah,
anybody
that's
have
also
anything else
true.
you want to cover in the meeting here?
No, I'm off to liquor library. I'm good.
Liquor library. What about you, Duncan?
Don't feel obligated if you're going off duty. You're going off duty. It's fine.
Nah, he's staying on duty.
Oh,
All right. Well, good luck out there.
That's definitely what. That's
Take care,
definitely the
McNulty.
side of the coin I meant that. Yep.
What are you doing? You staying on duty or getting off duty?
Sir, I'm gonna say yes because the implication.
You want to go home? It's the holidays. Go for it.
yeah,
I
Some
understand
people
the
have lives.
assignment,
I
sir.
understand it.
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
understand
mean,
the assignment, sir.
What is the assignment?
The implication that I should stay on duty because you'll be alone.
no, he
No, I'm
won't.
Rhodes.
Yeah, I'll be here. The fuck? Listen, I am here through thick and thin. It's practically a marriage, but I'm already married. Through
I
sickness
understand the assignment, sir.
and health, lack of units, all of that is sort of implied.
Look, I'll tell you what. How about I take a rain check on it and I pay it back in about 12 hours.
Yeah, that's
12
reasonable.
hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than reasonable.
All right, 12 hours. So I'll see you
You
in
gonna
12
finish
hours.
your pizza, sir?
Yeah, once I microwave it, it's cold now.
You know,
Wait, there's another one?
I actually prefer
Yeah, well, it's definitely cold now on marble top.
well, hold on. Wait. So you are on board with me. Cold pizza is room temp pizza, right? Not refrigerated?
Cold pizza is not hot pizza.
I agree. Yes. Do you know how controversial that topic is?
No, I do not.
For a lot of people, cold pizza means refrigerated.
I mean, it is cold, but I mean, cold to me is not hot. If it's not hot,
I
it's cold.
agree. I always had to tell people, well, they were like, well, that's not cold, that's room temp. And I was like, okay, well, have you never used the term the food's cold? It just means it's not warm or hot.
Right.
Ah, I'm glad. I'm so glad. What about you? What about you, Duncan?
I like my pizza hot.
Okay, but when someone says cold pizza, do you assume room temp or refrigerated?
Anything below hot is cold.
Oh, you're like a... Wait a minute. Okay, when someone tells you they like cold pizza, what's your assumption? Room temp or refrigerated?
Frozen.
You know what? It's
frozen.
probably for the best that you do take a bit of a nap. And, you know, in 12 hours, help out.
Why? I feel perfectly fine.
Well...
Yeah, well,
it's
listen. Chastity, question for you.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I am doing lovely. How are you today?
I hope I'm dismissed because I want to leave now.
Yeah, you probably are.
So if you have kind of an off question here, but if someone says a pizza's cold, what does that mean to you? Is it cold to the touch? Is it room temperature?
I would, I'll be perfectly honest, I would presume that it had been previously refrigerated.
Okay. So do you call room temperature pizza room temperature?
I would just call it pizza, I guess.
So what do you call hot pizza?
Hot pizza? I don't know. I guess I just call it pizza. I haven't really considered the transitive properties of like what temperature does to the state of the pizza.
Okay. So just hypothetically speaking, you're at a party, you go grab a pizza, it hits your plate, but that pizza's been sitting out for an hour. Right? It hits your plate and you take a bite of it and you're like, oh, this pizza is?
Oh, ooh, then I would say it's like stale then.
Stale?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm kind of a fail Chicagoan though, so.
Now I'm starting to get like, we're going to get into tricky business here, Cap. People are going to start saying it's old pizza instead of cold pizza.
Yeah.
True.
Old like when you put the box in the oven and just like leave it there overnight.
I mean,
Like the oven isn't
Wait.
on.
yeah. What is that, Duncan?
I have one last question.
All right.
If somebody were to come by and say, I have interest in the Department of Corrections, are you tell them to come back later or just use the same like thing but note down DOC or like,